Hey guys, this is Toxic. There's an early GTA 6 community Discord that is available to join right now. Link is in description. The Discord will host all community activities such as photography, commentary, competitive, and anything to do with the community. Come build with us by tapping the link below. Thanks for your time and enjoy the video. Bye. Hey guys, this is Toxic, and today we're speaking with one of the pioneers of the run and gun YouTube scene, from 360 days starting from the bottom to being in one of the best crews in the world and growing a YouTube channel to 100,000 subscribers. Today we'll be taking a deep dive into the story of Fonshway.
Dope nigga, at the same time I'm by my dope, nigga. Go get her, 4-5 on me, turn you to a ghost, nigga. No, nigga, on this earth can treat me like a hoe, nigga. No, nigga, that these bitches call me the GOAT, nigga. Just like I'm your majesty, I take you out like Applebee's. All these bitches after me, if they could, they would tackle me. Nigga sneak this about these hoes.
So where you, first question, I know I had something else written down, but I just want to ask you, for everybody wondering, where have you been? What's going on?
I've just been living life, man. Working, moving into a new room, getting my shit together, like that. Playing other games too.
What games you've been playing mostly?
I've been playing like Pokemon Unite, Roblox.
Okay. What do you play on Roblox?
I like to play Blox Fruits.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever played that one though.
It's really fun. It's like a whole PvP game.
Yeah.
And I like to play like scary games on there or like obbies.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's like a bunch of different things you could do on there. I don't really play Roblox, so I'm not sure. I know a few people that I know play Roblox and they're into that big time. But
endless games on there. Sometimes there's so many games, there's like no games to play though.
what? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But okay, let's hop into this. So initially, we're all here because of run and gun, thank Gold Revolvers. So I just want to ask, like, when did you get into playing run and gun? I know way back then you were on Xbox 360. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
All right. Well, on Xbox 360, run and gun wasn't really a thing. It was more like, it was called like tactic. I forgot what it was called, but it wasn't run and gun. And we would mostly play like run up and like rail yard, those kind of maps. That's where run up was where I actually first learned how to like use rifles in an like RNG way.
Okay. How did you get into run and gun? Like just playing those, getting invited to those, or was there like a certain person that got you into it?
Actually, like, all right, on Xbox, I was like a free mode player, but I was like a noob free mode player. But I had like a bit of an ego, I guess, because like I had like a KD on there.
Yeah.
And I think I had like a 3 KD or something, and because of that, I had like a bit of an ego. So I felt like I could be a lot of people. And there was these two guys I fought. One of them was named like Alfredo, and the other one was named Sigmag. And I was 1v2ing them, and they smoked me. Okay, but then I told them 1v1. I told Alfredo, I think it was, or Sigmag. I forgot who, but I told one of them to 1v1, and then they said all right, and then they invited me to run up, and I got smoked right there.
Oh, damn.
I forgot which one of them smoked me, but both of them were really good at the map, and that's
Yeah.
when I took an interest to like playing like them, because they humbled me,
Yeah.
and I wanted to learn their ways. That's how I got into run and gun, I guess.
Okay, so that was like your first sense of like actual competitiveness, because I'm pretty sure before then you were kind of destroying people. That's why you got the ego. So
Yeah.
how were like the CVCs back then? Was there CVCs? I guess they would call them game battles back then. How were they?
Game battle?
Game battles?
I never heard that.
Oh, I
But
guess CVC. How were they back then?
I think it was just CVC or crew battles.
Is there like one particular that is not in the internet that you still remember?
I remember one where I played with this crew called like ABPG. They were all about paper game. That's what the crew was named. And we mainly used like all weapons. I just remember shooting a rocket.
Damn, Fonshway is a dirty player, guys.
Yeah.
Dropping how to run a gun videos and don't even know how to run a gun. That's crazy.
That was fast. That was my
So
fast.
before GTA 5, what other games did you play? Did you play GTA 4 competitively or Red Dead Redemption 1 competitively? What were you playing before GTA 5?
I was playing RuneScape.
RuneScape. Okay. How long were you playing that for?
I was playing RuneScape from like 2007 to like 2000 no, not 2007, more like 2005, I think, till
Damn.
like 2013.
How old are you, Unc?
I'm 30 now.
30?
Yep.
Bro, I
Big
thought
at
you.
3.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy, go spam Unc in his comments. So you're gonna have like one person.
I
So
am a 50 status.
so yeah, I'm 23 and I'm Unc status. People say that shit to me all the time. But
Nah, that's punk. That's YN.
yeah, I was once the youngest person all the time, and now I'm just the oldest person all the time, just used to it.
Dang.
So before like the competitiveness, when you first came to GTA 5, what did you want to do on GTA 5? Were you just kind of grinding, or did you want to go competitive? What was your mindset when you first came to GTA 5, if you remember?
Well, I remember I was grinding Rooftop Rumble a lot.
Oh yeah.
I think I didn't care much about competitive. I just wanted to kill people in free mode.
Okay.
I didn't
So
start caring about competitive until those two guys beat me.
mhm. Okay, I mean, of course, when you first get into the competitiveness, it's like a whole new world and it's very exciting. So, like, the first few games initially drew you to that stuff. So, from back then to now, what's your current state of run and gun? Like,
Like,
what's your
what do you mean?
idea? Like, what do you think of the current state of run and gun? Shall I say that?
Like how it is right now?
Yeah.
I have no idea, man. I've been gone for 2 years.
How was it before you left?
I it's I think it's always been the same. Except
Oh, it's been.
now it's like, newer players are playing and they don't really know like the rules and stuff, right? So they
Mhm.
hide and stuff. So it is a little like dirtier nowadays, but it's still like it's kind of the same,
Okay.
I'd say.
All right. So back on 360, who was one of your first like big influences? Because I know a lot of big RNG players that went to PlayStation were initially from 360. Is there anybody in particular that was a huge influence in your playstyle
I'd
or
say one of
mindset?
my earliest influences was Pig Jam.
Mm, that's
Yeah.
that's a throwback for sure.
Yeah, cause like I already told you how his crew beat my crew back then.
Hmm.
And I thought my crew was pretty good, so I wanted to see like, okay, who's beating my crew? And then like I see this guy like beating my crew with rifles only. Like that was pretty sick.
And your crew was using bombs while he was using rifles?
No, they were using rifles, but like of course they weren't like as good as him and his crew.
Oh shoot.
Because my crew was like an all-rounder crew.
Yeah.
Well, his crew was like more rifles only. So yeah, my crew got smoked.
Okay. So a few people and I have talked about trying to make like a Rockstar competitive scene large enough to do like LAN tournaments, kind of like COD, and
Yeah.
just generally growing the competitive side larger. Probably for GTA 6 we can do much more. Tell me what you think about that and how we could possibly like get the attention of Rockstar into even doing something like that, because I know they had the Twitch live stream CVCs back on beginning of Xbox One and 360 days. You think it'll be anything bigger, like kind of like the MLG tournaments or something like that? What do you think about that?
I think it's a great idea. It's a great idea, but it seems kind of impossible to accomplish that because I don't think Rockstar cares about running gun at all.
Hmm. Unfortunately, I think the same thing.
Now, if we did something about it, then we could probably accomplish it, but it'd be kind of hard because all like the good RNG players are from all over the world. So it's like
Hmm. We just need a
You
very
have
rich person to invest in renting a warehouse, buy about 8 consoles, and fly out 8 of the top players to that warehouse to play LAN. That's what we need.
yeah, exactly. You need a Mr. Beast or something.
Mr. Least, I don't know. So some of your first videos were mainly montages. Is there like a certain montage or video that triggered the explosion of subscribers, or like what was your idea of the videos? Were you trying to blow up, or were you just posting for the love of the game, or kind of how was
I was
that?
I was just posting for the love of the game at first.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care about views or anything back then.
Okay. What video blew up first?
It was actually a free mode video.
No, shoot. Which one
Yeah,
was
one of
that?
my the pretending to be a noob one.
Oh, that's like your most viewed video now, huh?
Yeah, that one's the one that like skyrocketed my channel. And sadly, the running gun videos never really progressed my channel much. It was mainly the free mode videos that got me to where I am.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you just run with the free mode videos and become like a putter or something? You just loved
Because
running gun and try to blow it up yourself, or what?
exactly, yeah.
Dang. Imagine if it would have blown up. You would have probably been like the grandfather of run and gun. You would have probably been like the gold revolvers of YouTube run and gun. That'd have been
Nah,
crazy. If it blew up and became mainstream, that would have been insane. But
yeah. I mean, it was a little. I guess you could say it was a little mainstream for a bit.
yeah, I
In
mean,
terms of GTA, of course.
it's always gonna have
But
its community for sure.
yeah.
So I know you were in RNGK and now you're like one of the leaders or top people. What other crews were you in? I know you spoke about one earlier. What other big or
I mean,
small crews were you in?
I wasn't ever really like the leader of RNGK or anything like that. I was just a commissioner.
Mhm.
And honestly, I never really did anything for the crew. I mean, I guess I could say I promoted it a lot, and I recruited people like Splashy and Varice.
Mhm.
Uh, I guess you could say I was like the community manager.
Okay.
Not, I wasn't actually
The
like,
talent scout.
yeah, there you go. I
Okay.
wasn't ever really like leading the crew, which I guess I kind of regret. I wish I could have like uh chosen someone to lead it, I guess.
Mhm.
Because
For
I
sure.
wasn't never really interested in leading it.
Was there anybody back then that you would have chose to lead it that had the qualities that could actually like do something?
No, that's a good question.
I know
Uh,
Vice City is a pretty, I guess, pretty mature person that could actually probably have a head on his shoulders and actually run something.
yeah, Vice would be a great
Yeah.
choice, but he's not RNGK.
Mm. Have you ever thought about inviting him to RNGK?
I have, yeah.
Oh, and he just wanted OTGX.
Yeah, I
Dang.
think that's how it went.
Okay. So I know there's all these talks about PlayStation versus Xbox, Xbox versus PlayStation. What is your opinion on PlayStation versus Xbox?
I think they should make crossplay so we can finally like
Yes.
settle it out.
Bro, what if they do crossplay and like one console just dominates the other console and like there's no questions? That'd be so sad, bro.
Yeah,
That'd be so
but
sad.
I don't think that would happen though, because it looks like Xbox has some really good players. PlayStation has really good players too.
Mhm.
So who knows? It could be pretty even.
It
I don't
depends
think
on.
any. I don't think any console is dominating the other.
I think it depends on maps for sure. I think if it's FTF, I think PlayStation would have a good chance. But I feel like if it's any other map, I feel like Xbox would do very well. Like if they threw in some H&G, I feel like we have
Oh
some
yeah.
very strong H&G players over here. I know y'all have a guy named Golden and a guy named Jump for Games, but we do have some pretty strong H&G players. I myself started dipping myself into like some H&G just because like running gun was so repetitive. So I jumped into there and bro, like my knowledge of the game has grown so much. Like I know crazy glitches that like I just pull off randomly because it's just in my mind now and it's just exceeded my run and gun playstyle by a lot. So
Wait, when you play running gun in on Xbox, do you like H&G here and there, or do you try to keep it clean?
no, me personally, when I'm hosting, if people complain about one person playing dirty consistently, then they'll be kicked. But then I do have my matches with a few people that I like to call them the 1%. They're like better than run and gun players. There's levels to it. There's like you know, like, not to make fun of anybody, but there's levels to it. There's, you know, there's ARP, there's, you know, run and gun player, there's PK, you know, like, he's really good at clips. But when it comes to the top 1%, there's people up there like Antics or Deity, Viper, Tay. You know, there's people up there that are the top 1% that I like to play against personally, because I learned so much. You know, it's just more to learn from playing with people that are using glitches or using exploits, because you know how to combat that. And then when it comes to playing run and gun, you just know more than other people, so you're MVP and nonstop, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I'd say you're right on that, because those people that you're talking about, they know more than just run and gun, right?
yeah,
So when you like, I feel like when you expand your knowledge beyond run and gun, you do get better at overall.
yeah.
So
Like,
I think you're right.
even when they play run and gun, like when these H&G people go to run and gun and they're playing clean, no one can MVP them. Like, it's always us MVPing. Like, it's crazy to see the difference. Like, people that are playing, like, people that play run and gun all the time, and then they try to play H&G with us, they can't do well. They go negative by a lot. But people that are playing H&G, when they go to run and gun and play, they are MVPing by 20 plus kills. The best players, the best run and gun players, they're MVPing them by 20 plus kills, you know? And it's like, you see that and I'm like, okay, I make sure to make time on the side to play with them so I can gain my own knowledge. So when I play run and gun, it's like, you know, it's easy work. But yeah.
Yeah. I'd say run and gun players shouldn't limit themselves to run and gun. There's more to the game, like hide and gun. I think they should get into that too.
Yeah, I noticed that big time with, like, when the marksman came out, for example. I know you made a video on it. You probably got hate on that video, because I know I did. I made a video about it, I think, before you made that video, and people were like on my ass about it. They're like, oh, you can only MVP with a marksman. I'm like, bro, I made one video. Now that video is like a year old and people still say, oh, you only MVP with a marksman. I'm like, that was one video a year ago. What are you talking about? And it's like, people just aren't open-minded to certain things. Like, even the battle rifle that came out, the new AR, and it's like, people they just want to stick to the same thing over and over and over, and that's what kills the game for some people, because they just are wanting to do the same thing over and over and over, repetitive, and they don't want to try new things. But
you just stick to that special carbine.
Yeah, special carbine, advanced rifle. If it's not that, then you're cheating and you have an advantage over someone. It's like, okay. But I know you say you're kind of like a talent scout of RNGK, but in a way, with your channel and the moves that you make, you are basically a leader of, I guess some people would say, a leader of an RNG community, or a leader of YouTube RNG. Like, a lot of people depend on you to, you know, get those eyes on run and gun through your YouTube. So I just wanted to ask, like, what makes you such a strong leader?
I don't know, my YouTube channel, I guess.
Like, what characteristics could someone learn off of you to be a strong leader? If it's like, you know, not giving up, or, you know, doing something you love consistently, eventually will work out. Like, what could you say to those people that want to kind of be like you in a way?
Fuck, I don't know.
ChatGPT it.
Yeah, let me chat GPT real quick. I think if you plan to do something, then stick to it. Like, for example, like when I grew my community RNG crew, my goal was to get 1,000 members in it. And once I got 1,000 members in it, that's when I felt like, yeah, it's pretty active right now. And that's what I want. That's what we all want, right? We want active RNG players.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I put my mind to it. I filled up my crew. Obviously, it was easy for me because I have a YouTube channel, but anyone can be a YouTuber at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you know, you're doing so much. You're trying to bring and make an RNG community. You have the groups. You have the YouTube channel. You're doing so much for the community. How is it when someone that isn't doing anything for the community is just like shit talking you consistently? Because I've gone, like, personally, I get those people that just come at my neck just because I'm toxic. And it's like, how do you deal with that? Because I'm pretty sure you've gotten way more than me because you're such a big YouTuber. How is it?
Honestly, sometimes, well, back then when they were toxic to me, I'd be toxic back to them, which I don't think was probably the right thing to do, but that's how I was back then. But for the most part, I mainly ignored them,
Mm-hmm.
and to tell you the truth, I can't even remember a single shit talker.
Oh, they're not even memorable. That's funny.
They're not even rememberable. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So
rememberable.
yeah, it's a long word. I'm gonna just cut that out. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't know that was a
Joking.
word.
So, like, of course, you've been in multiple crews. You've done CVCs. What is the importance of like teamwork and coordination in CVCs? I guess this is a question for like the newer people that are wanting to do CVCs and learn how to get better. What would be like your tips for CVCs?
Man, I've done CVCs, but I'm not like, I don't consider myself a CVC player.
Mhm.
So I don't think I could give an answer to that, unfortunately.
Okay, for sure.
I yeah.
All right. Now, you playing with you and I guess watching your live streams, I noticed that you used to, when you used to play, you used to go for MVPs consistently and all the time. So is there a story where you had to change the way you played or do something differently to beat a certain person or to MVP a certain person? Like, was there a certain person back then that gave you a challenge?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people that gave me challenges. Like one of them was Ahmed Dozen. He was like trying out for OTG. So like when we and him would play public matches, he would MVP a lot, like a lot. He was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like the person I would always try to beat. It wasn't easy to beat him back then. Uh, I guess that's my mentality with MVPs. Like I want to beat the person that I feel is hard to beat.
Yeah. Did he end up making
And
OTGX?
yeah, he did. He did.
Okay, that's good. So back on 360, I don't know if you ran into King Slew. You know, back then he did the snack glitching. That was like the dirty tactic back then. Nowadays, snack glitching is nothing compared to like Houdini's or certain tactics that you could do. So
Yeah.
how is it compared to those back then dirty tactics? Like, what are the new dirty tactics that you've, ran into? Like, what's the difference between, I guess, new gen and old gen dirty
Well,
tactics?
old gen, all you really had was like a helmet, right?
Or the modded
Uh,
account that double rolled?
yeah, that was a thing. And the snacks thing, but nowadays there's a lot more stuff like the beanies that eat bullets.
Yeah, I'm a female character. I kick those people. Fuck
Hiding
that.
gun, obviously. People use X-lag.
Mhm.
It's a lot more aggressive nowadays.
Who is the dirtiest player or crew that you can think of that comes to mind?
I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know.
Who's the last person that shot bombs at you that you're just still thinking of?
Probably this one random crew I fought on from Instagram.
Oh, the one you made a video out of?
Yeah, no, I didn't make a video on them,
Oh,
but
okay.
me and Bufu fought them, and they turned on X-lag. They brought out the RPGs. That's the last dirty crew I remember. I don't even remember their crew name.
Damn,
Yeah.
unforgettable. Or forgettable in a sense, I guess.
Forgettable, yeah.
Is there anything in the past that you regret? Any YouTube video, any CVC, or any 1v1?
My biggest regret. I would say not socializing much with people in the community. And I also do feel like I kind of let the fame change me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
How do you say it? Why do you say that?
Cause I feel like I was probably like more humble back then. And then like I grew an ego when my sub count like kind of grew.
Okay.
And I always try to play it down like, nah, I'm still chill. Like I don't have an ego, but I think a lot of people saw that I developed one, or I'm not sure. Maybe it's all in my head, but I feel like I did let it kind of change me.
And going to the first part, what is making you wish you would have socialized more? Is there certain opportunities that you missed out on, or what?
Well, more to like get to know like the people in my crew, or like people I found interesting, or like people I even called like friends online.
Uh-huh.
Like Vice, for example. Like me and him have talked several times. I just wish I was more open for conversation, I guess, with
Yeah.
the players online.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And I imagine like people thought I probably didn't talk to people because of an ego thing, which it honestly was a mix of both. Like I just didn't want to talk to people, and at the same time I wish I did talk to people.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a very talkative person. I can sit and talk to someone forever. Because you never know, like, you get to know someone that isn't really big in the community. You never know, like, 2 or 3 years down the road, they're probably gonna be like the best player, and they'll still remember you because you actually like talk to them and shit.
Exactly, like the conversations you guys had, and you guys
Yeah.
go back. Like you could say that you guys go back and stuff.
And it'll help you out also. It's like if you help them in the beginning, and then 2 or 3 years from then they'll hit you up and they'll start letting everybody know. Like if they're the best in the community or best player, they'll start letting everybody else know, like, hey, this is that guy that da, 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 and that'll give your name a good rep. I've noticed that's happened to me many times too. Like people that I'll talk to that like my YouTube, I'll just talk to them, show them some things, and then a year or two from then they'll come back and be like, yo, they'll be much better, they'll be a little known, and they'll just tell people about me just through that.
Or like how you helped them.
Yeah, so it'll just help me in the end. But I wasn't even thinking about that
Yeah.
in the beginning, but it's just shit comes around full circle. Even stuff like this, like me conversing with you now, you know, a year or two from 2-3 years from now in GTA 6, it can come around where, you know, I could have a lot of subs and we'll collab on a big video. Like, you never know what can happen in the future. You never fucking know. Leading from that last question, is there a video that you have archived that you just don't want out? Like, is there anything embarrassing like that? Or are you kind of all out on your YouTube channel?
Nah, I'm kind of all out. Oh, there is actually one video. Actually, it was like a long time ago. I had a friend named Garu, and in my running gun montage that I made, I showed a clip where I killed him, but like I kind of made him look like a noob. And I felt bad, so I took it down.
That's funny. So in all of the competitive side of GTA, trying out for RNGK and, you know, trying out for different crews and just building your name up in the community, what is the most memorable moment in the competitive side of GTA 5?
I'd say when I mean RNGK and OTG were like uploading CVC videos against each other, like when Gold and Dark Lord were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was peak cinema.
Absolute cinema.
Exactly.
So with GTA 6, in my words, around the corner, in your words, probably not around the corner, what would you like Rockstar to add to GTA 6?
Nothing. Just give me the game already.
So is there any like mechanics that you want to see in there? Because honestly, looking at it, they're going to have shoulder swap like Red Dead 2. Are you like okay with that, or are you excited for that?
Yeah, that seems cool. Yes, like I'd like rolling to be back, but if not rolling, then maybe movement like how Red Dead 1 had, because that looked really competitive.
Yeah, I think rolling. Hopefully rolling. I would hate to see dive. Dive would suck. Like Red Dead 2 dive? Heck nah. Because honestly, looking at it, I mean, Red Dead 2 shoulder swapping was definitely like a game changer. It changed the way you had to play. You know, it made the game more hide and gun like and more competitive that way. But then I see GTA 5 is way more successful. They're gonna definitely copy a lot more things from GTA 5, like the movement in a sense, so rolling and just that stuff in a sense. So it's gonna be a mix between Red Dead 2 and GTA 5 for sure. But
I hope they keep more like the GTA 5 mechanics,
yeah, I
but
mean,
with more like flexibility and movement.
yeah, for sure. I just wonder what the best gun over there is gonna be. If they're still gonna have special carbines, or they're gonna. I would just wonder how it's gonna be.
MP2. Oh, that's already a thing, huh?
Marksman rifle.
No, the special carbine MP2. Oh, the marksman rifle too.
Yeah, that'd be funny if they bring that over. So, in your over decade of playing GTA 5, who was the best player of your time?
Like of all time.
Yeah, of all time.
All right, this might sound crazy, okay? This might sound crazy what I'm about to tell you. I think Gakko Gamer was probably the best player on GTA.
Kako Gamer? Okay, that's a new one. A lot of people were saying, what's his name? It'll come to me later. I'll think of it. But people were all saying the same person. I think Vitsy said Dark Lord. And then Dark Lord and Clutch Kid said something. I can't even remember his name right now. It'll pop up in my head later. But okay,
I know none of them said Cargo Gamer, but I think Cargo Gamer is probably the best player. He was ahead of his time back then, if I'm being honest.
I've never watched his videos or anything. Now I might have to watch something of his, now that you're saying that. What made him so different?
Because, okay, back then, like around 2015 or so, we were all playing run and gun. Hide and gun was like really low key, right? But this guy, he already knew how to play hide and gun at that time.
So he was just way across the above the curve.
Yeah, he was above the curve. He was ahead of his time. He was, in my opinion, one of the best players of all time.
Okay, for sure. What was the best crew of all time?
Best crew of all time.
I'm telling Gold Revolvers what you say.
Look, I know people are gonna roll their eyes when I say this. I think both RNGK and OTGR.
Yeah, you kind of had to do say though. I'm not gonna lie. Just the impact of I think the impact of RNGK for sure, but I think the story of OTGX is I think kind of more crazy. Like they didn't have a big influence like I guess Revolver or Gold Revolvers had, you know? It was kind of this them building, and their main goal was to defeat RNGK, and like the story between that stuff is just crazy.
They were the underdogs for sure. I love an underdog story.
Yeah.
And I imagine Gold, if he sees this, he's gonna hate that I even said OTG.
So I know we're talking about GTA 6. Let me back up a little bit. How was Red Dead Redemption 2? Tell me about that.
It was fun while I played. I think me and Vice were probably like the first people to like do 360s and shit on there.
Yeah. I really wish I knew of you, of course, on Red Dead 2, but I wish we kind of had the knowledge of each other that we have now, where I'm able to like text you and hit you up and you respond. But back then I remember you kept uploading kill records, and I remember I kept getting kill records on Xbox, and I was trying to send them to you, and I just had no contact to you. I tried to send them on Twitter. I made a whole new Twitter just to send to you, and I think you left me on scene. I'm not going to bring that up, but I just wish.
Oh my bad.
But I remember Red Dead was like, that's kind of when I guess in a way I blew up a little bit in the community. I got a little known. Was I was breaking kill records left and right. I was breaking my own kill records, and then I was in Vitsy's crew, and we were just like undefeated. Red Dead 2 was amazing.
What was your biggest kill record?
I went 85-4, and I think it still is the kill record over here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have people hitting me up saying, yeah, no one's beating that, because they changed the movement on Red Dead, so it's not even possible to get to that anymore.
Damn. So you hold the record.
I think so on Xbox. I don't know about PlayStation. I don't know what the record is over there. It may be crazy because I know PlayStation people are like crackheads. But yeah.
I think that's pretty sick that you got a kill record though, like that on Xbox.
Yeah, I remember when I first got it, I think Dark Lord had, I think you uploaded Dark Lord had like 64 or 65. And I think that same day I dropped like 69. And I was trying to send that to you and you just never got it. And then you ended up posting the next day saying that someone dropped 69, I think the same as me or something like that. So that day I dropped 72. So I was breaking my own kill record and breaking the people you were posting. And I just couldn't get your attention. I was like, no fucking, we had a whole Discord for Red Dead. We had the entire Xbox community and then we had hundreds of people and they had a channel for world records and I was like the top of the world records by a lot. And I was just like, get this to Fonshway, like post this shit, bro. It was funny as hell. But then
Bro, I wish I could have seen that. I would have posted it for sure.
Xbox community was insane on Red Dead 2. It was really fun. I mean, I can't even imagine the PlayStation community. Y'all probably had like a different, like, I guess, upbringing, but on Xbox, like the crew that I'm in, Gods, we created the game style. Like, you know how revolvers, I guess, made run and gun? We kind of created CVC. Okay, and at this point, the OBS recording did not record the rest of the interview. So we had to run it back the next day. So I just wanted to come in here and let you guys know what had happened. And unfortunately, you won't be able to get the rest of that story. But yeah, we ended up coming back the next day and getting the rest of the interview. Hope you guys enjoy. All the newer players that don't really know much about, I guess, older players, what is like a message you'll have for them for, I guess, GTA 6? Is there anything you want to let them know?
For GTA 6?
Yeah, like when you guys come back, like RNGK, is there anything you want to tell them or let them know?
Well, you know, I'm gonna come back to YouTube. I'm gonna start streaming again by that time. I think Gold has some he has some real plans with RNGK.
What are
I think
those?
he posted it somewhere, but I forgot where. But I do recall him saying that he has some huge plans for RNGK. I think he said that he's gonna kick out a lot of players who he feels like don't really deserve to be there, and he's gonna focus on making the crew stronger. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, that's always good. Yeah, once it gets over like I think 20 to 25 members, that's when it's like kind of too much. Like Gods, we only have like 10 to 15 members, and that's what keeps it so strong, to be honest. So I understand that for sure.
I see the. I think that's really good, because you guys are like really close knit, or how do you say close tight?
Yeah, yeah. So our chemistry is just off the roof. Like we already know what the other person does and how they're thinking and whatnot. So yeah. So if someone wanted to join RNGK, what would they have to focus on? What would they have to do? Because I'm pretty sure you said a few people can invite now. Like I guess Varese and Splashing, if they recommended somebody, you guys would look into it. What is something that someone can do to get into RNGK now?
Well, right now I think only me and Seba can recruit it.
Okay.
And like I just said, right now with Gold's plans, he might kick people out even if you're like a new recruit.
Okay.
So there's that. But like me personally, if I find someone who's like really strong right now in like crew battles and like in like face to face, right? And they're like, and I see them, they're like beating all these other top players like Franco Medias or Scorpkillaz or like anyone like that. They would definitely catch my eye and make me consider.
For sure. Now I do know, like for crews, you can recruit people across console. Is there anybody you would recruit to RNGK from Xbox?
You know, that's a good question, because I don't really I'm not really in touch with the Xbox side. I'm not even in touch with the PlayStation side, dude. That's how like long I've been gone.
Oh damn. Would y'all ever be interested in doing something like that? I'm guessing for like GTA 6.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that'd be sick.
I guess y'all would also have to try to find someone to lead the Xbox side for sure. But yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm sure some Xbox players are probably coming to PlayStation, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And we still don't know about the crossplay thing. So like if crossplay is a thing, like it can make things a lot better. and interesting.
Yeah, we'll finally settle the Xbox versus PlayStation. That'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know I've been trying to get a few people like Rican me Gold and whatnot. Is there anybody that you would like to see me interview? I
Yeah,
know in the
yeah.
past you were talking about Vice, Tuco,
Vice.
Illuminati.
Exactly, those three:
Okay.
Vice, Tuco, or Illuminati. Vice might be the easiest one to get in contact with, though.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I tried
But-
Tuco through Clutch, but of course it didn't work.
Oh, you tried that yesterday?
No, I tried it last time when I was done with the interview with him. It cut this part out in the audio, so I just wanted to say it again for the people watching.
Oh yeah, Tuco's probably the hardest person to get in contact with.
Yeah, and I remember last recording from yesterday, I was asking about Deathcom. You said he speaks English, so I guess we could try to work something out with that. I guess he's pretty easy to get in contact with because he's active here and there, right?
Yeah, I've seen him streaming recently, actually. Like I think just yesterday he was streaming.
Okay.
So yeah, I think he's back, and he'd be a good choice to interview too.
Yeah, especially for like I guess the new generation of Run and Gun. They kind of really like Deathcom, so that'll be a good one
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
But all right.